What's good, y'all? It's full-time trip. We're back in the building. Arsenal 2, Aston Villa 2 at the Emirates Stadium. Just another tough one. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. Shot, man. Shot. It's crazy. I mean, I don't even know where to start, to be real. I'll say this. I think the majority of the game actually was very, very well played. We started, that first half was a blinder, in my opinion. I think we played a very, very incredible first half. I think the pressing was, again, otherworldly again. I thought just the control that we had at times, the attacking creativity and flow was very good. I think we were putting out a lot of really great looks, a variety of chances. Again, weren't getting to some of them as much as we should have, but still putting those looks through. All encapsulated by that first goal, man. Trossard in full flow, just doesn't stop moving, finally gets his way to the byline, puts out a good cross. Martinelli's there for the poach. Trossard wasn't at the byline. He crossed a little bit earlier than that, but still, puts the cross in. Martinelli poaches, right in that, again, that's the fox in the box where he's supposed to be, where I think he's best suited to be, and we go 1-0 up. And it was just very, very, very good vibes. But as the game went along, we still were in, solid ways to control the game. But just these little moments, bro, it's just a level of unluck that you can't necessarily describe. There's a couple of things that break down to, us not stuffing our way, like things that we've controlled that have ended up biting us in the ass. There's individual things on the day that have cost us, but there's just a level of unluck that generally you can't understate. Like, it's like, bro, they have like 2 solid chances like per game. Most teams have 2 to 3 solid chances per game against us, and they'll score in their first try, and then they'll bang the second one in the craziest of ways. It's just insane to see some of the goals off of near scraps. You know what I'm saying? Off of near scraps or not as quality or clear-cut chances that these teams just absolutely bury against us. And it's wild. It's wild. So from a general standpoint, that's just a kick in the nuts to see. But on the day today, specifically, I want to try and end on positive, so I'm going to try and start with some criticisms right now. Specifically, I think it's twofold. One of them, the individual mistakes from certain people, and we're gonna be honest here. I will put it there, and I can't sugarcoat it, because that's not me. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna try and tell like it is best I possibly can. For the people that cape for Thomas Partey, bro, again, when he was fully healthy and was trying to show promise or whatever early in his Arsenal career, I was like, yo, this guy can be one of the best sixes in the league. If not, he is one of the best sixes in the league, with some of the ways he was playing. But it's an overarching theme that I think we have to acknowledge now fully, that he is more of a liability and has been more of a liability than he is an asset to this team. And that's been that way for a solid, 18 months, 2 years? It's insane to think that. But that's the truth. For as many line-breaking passes and good moments of pressing that he had in the recent stints and whatever, nothing is gonna replace his level of undue nonchalance in certain situations, for one, and 2, lack of defensive awareness in places where, again, he shouldn't be. As a 6, as a DM, you would think to, stay with your line. You would think to try and press and mark down certain people who are lining up for a cross. In both of these instances today, specifically, he was so lackadaisical to get to, I think, the Digne cross, because I think he got subbed in second half, and you saw what happened there. A crazy header from Tielemans. Credit to him, because I thought that was a wonderful header. But the cross shouldn't have even been this easy to get off in the first place. Partey should have been trying to mark that down. But again, his nonchalance in certain moves, in arrest defense or defensive sequences, is just, it's not good enough. It's not good enough, and it cost us that goal. And again, his lack of defensive awareness in the second goal. When the ball goes in crossways, and I know for sure he looked behind and he saw Ollie Watkins. The ball went over. As soon as the cross went off, he went away from the goal. Ollie Watkins went towards the goal. The one person you're supposed to mark, you went the opposite way of him. And he's free at the back post to just put an incredible goal, an incredible finish in, and we're 2-2 all. So, for as good as the attacking performance up to a certain point was, the little slivers of chances and the little mistakes always come to bite us in the ass. They always come to roost for us. We will never catch life. We'll never always escape. We'll never have that luck on our side. We won't. We just won't. So that's just something to say. Honestly, the liabilities is way more than the assets for certain players and for certain big situations. But again, in my opinion, he shouldn't have even been starting if all of our defenders were fit and all of our fullbacks were fit, and it goes into that problem of what it was. I can't say him starting a right back was a problem. Nah, I don't think necessarily that's been a bad thing, even though, again, we only won 1 game in 6 with him at right back. I think the game plans have been there. Individual mistakes in defensive moments is what I can't excuse. I can't excuse that. For needs mustn't trying to work with what you have because half the team is injured and other players, they won't even get funded or bought because KSE's sitting on their hands. You can't fight against that necessarily. You know what I mean? You just have to work with what you have. But when you're on the pitch and the simple things that you can do and can influence, you don't do, and the worst results happen because of them, you have to stand up and say it's unacceptable. And it's unacceptable. You know what I mean? So that's just where my stance is with that. I ain't gonna lie. It's just individuals, you know what I'm saying, that are either too tired or too lackadaisical to really make the difference that's required, play to the levels that are required. So from a defensive sense, it wasn't even that bad in terms of certain marking of players and getting things through. I thought, again, against a very lively counterattack, again, you got Morgan Rogers and get, again, a ton of other people. It's tough, but there was a lot of managing, but the individual mistakes opened up that game and caused us to be where we're at. The second half of what was a criticism for me is just the attack crapped out. I think the attack crapped out after a while, and I think the epitome of stuff today is very funny. Again, Liverpool late in their game today, they need a goal. It's 0-0 tight against a really, really tough Brentford side at their place at the G-Tech away from home. They bring on Darwin Núñez, and you know what I'm saying, again, say what you want about him, erratic, chaotic, whatever. He is, what, 75 million worth of striker, still can provide a moment if given a proper chance. That is a roaring, ready, healthy attacker, and he makes a difference. Second goal, all 3 substitutes who are fresh attacking, you know what I'm saying, not senior players, but still have some experience under their belt and provide something. Chiesa, you know what I'm saying, say what you want about him in the ACL and him trying to get up to full fitness. That's still an experienced senior player. You know what I mean? And they have the requisite firepower to get themselves out of any situation. Today, we brought on Sterling. No disrespect to Sterling, you know what I'm saying? I got respect for him, but he is not the levels of required talent and consistency at this level. It's a non-factor in the attack most of the time. He's a non-factor. It's a non-factor. And that's what we have to deal with. That's what we have to live with. We play on dead legs so often. We're playing down to our last man. And we just don't have any proper attacking reinforcements. Say what you want about a center forward, say what you want about a winger, blah, blah, blah. I think the most available situation, the most available area we can address, getting wingers in who are clinical, who we've seen are out there, and we can press the issue on. It's not just a center forward thing. It's a whole attacking front line and that availability there. And the fact that we're at this point, this late in the January window, this far removed from 2022 when we should have brought in some attacking support to really bolster those options and give us other looks and depth in that area and strength in that area. People just sitting on their hands and we can't get the things that we need, you know? So it's just a cursed season, man. It's just a cursed season because I can't give up on them, bro. But I've never seen such curses befall us in such terrible ways, and we still keep fighting through those curses to keep going. Arsenal teams of old would have crumbled. You know what I'm saying? Arsenal teams in the late Wenger era and the Unai Emery era, funnily enough, they would have crumbled significantly in these conditions. But to get so close, to build so much on again, unsteady foundations, basically, to again, just fight through all of these conditions, injuries, unluck against us, a lack of quality through, again, a late, reluctance to get signings. this is where we're still fighting. We're still fighting, and I gotta commend that. But there's only so much you can do before you break down. There's only so much you can do at this level before you say, hey, we've gotten so far, we've done so much, but there's only so much we can do with the individual mistakes and inconsistencies in certain people and the lack of firepower that gets so many other people out of jail, so many other teams out of jail, and us, we just have to, again, fight to the very last tooth and nail to get anything over the line. Just where we're at. But I do want to try and keep it at least slightly positive. I thought the performance for a lot of the game was really good. I thought the performance was really, really good. The press, again, for a lot of, I think for at least 60% of that game, 50-60% of the game was really, really good. I thought some of the patterns of play, I thought some of the standouts individually on some levels were very, very good as well. I think personally my man of the match was Trossard. I think he had to be a man of the match in a time where we needed some real attacking quality, attacking flow, some potency, some good decisions. He was chock full of it today, in my opinion. And in all phases, I think he was very good. Again, the initiative to join in the defense, put a body on Morgan Rogers and other people on their right hand side, our left hand side. His willingness to run after the ball, just start using his legs, man. Using his legs. He's trying to go on runs, trying to create some separation, and just the decision making, the potency in the final third to make certain things happen. I thought he was very good today. He earned a lot of plaudits, and as well he should. He was on fire today, in my opinion. But it's just sad that we couldn't reward that with the win that we needed. Just the individual mistakes that cost us. I thought Martinelli had a solid shift. I thought, him in a more simplistic kind of role, just running straight down. I thought he was actually playing with, good level of confidence, good level of flow in terms of challenging Ian Maatsen, which he got subbed off. Getting in the box, being in that poacher's position. Where I've said, and a lot of people have said, that's where he thrives a lot, in and around the box. Just, not necessarily running and being, all the way burdened with the full responsibility of creating something off the ball, being an opportunist, you know what I'm saying, to poach something off the ball. I think that's where he benefits and thrives a lot. So I thought he was really solid today. Declan Rice was an absolute constant. In my head, his nickname is literally the Constant. He is worth his weight in gold, and I will literally stand on that to the day I die. His consistent presence in all phases of play it's just crazy to watch every time. Him slipping back to be an extra center back when Timber's pressing up and stuff like that and switching positions, advancing the ball in midfield, carrying, passing, shielding the ball, being a defensive nuisance, breaking play up in the final third, combining, having solutions, set piece ability. Our best crosser actively right now is Declan Rice, and seeing him work is ridiculous. It's just ridiculous. And his performance, should have been rewarded with the win today, but unfortunately it wasn't. Miles Lewis-Skelly, I thought he's proven his mettle again so well. So well. He comes up against one of the strongest wingers in the league, one of the strongest players in the league in the midweek against Kulusevski. And he comes today and plays against one of the most physical sides, one of the most, physical runners in the league. You got Morgan Rogers on one side, you got Ollie Watkins, you got a lot of strong players, and he held his own so well. It's the poise, and not only that, he showed more of his stuff in the final third as well, making very incisive runs, combining so well with Trossard to do some really, really good things, but people just didn't get on the end of. There's that level of quality beyond his years that I knew he was going to be really good, but to show it this early and this consistently is an absolute testament to his talent and his work ethic. So shout out to Miles Lewis-Skelly. He's been doing fantastically well, and I think the left back spot's firmly his. It's not going anywhere as long as he keeps up that fitness. Who else? Havertz I thought was very good today. Very good second goal. Whatever they want to say on the potential winner, if it hits off his arm or not, I found it funny that they just didn't even give it a second to properly check it or run through. They was like, nah, arm, bye, cool, whatever. But the Konsa one, they give no due diligence or whatever. But it is what it is. It is what it is. But I think Havertz otherwise was really good today. To get on the end of the second strike, to get us 2-0 up at a certain point was really good. Work off the ball was good. Work in transition was really good. He had a really good performance today. There's not much you can say against it. I'm sorry. You got to say what you will. Who else? I thought Gabriel was solid today. I thought Timber was very solid today. I thought there wasn't really any crazy quarrels with the back line. Oh, Merino. I'm sorry. Merino had his best performance in an Arsenal shirt today as well. Just being a little bit more aggressive, a lot more, again, insistent. You know what I'm saying? You could have felt his presence more throughout the game. And I think that was a very big plus. I wish that goal off of Havertz would have gone in, bro. I thought it was Merino's to claim first, but whatever. But I thought, again, his help defense in a lot of situations. Again, when what's it called? Villa were, you know what I'm saying, not necessarily pressing, but we got into certain sticky situations where they wanted to press up a little bit. His, again, just press-proven ability just really kept us tight in certain situations to move the ball forward, keep it going, combining with people. I thought he was very good. That was his best performance in an Arsenal shirt to date, in my opinion. It was good stuff. It was good stuff. Just unfortunate that we couldn't benefit off that last goal. Let me see. Am I missing anybody that I wanted to shout out? I mean, again, Raya had a pretty solid game. I can't really say too much on Raya. But yeah. Hammer blow, man. Hammer blow. I don't know what this does. I don't know what this does. Like, as much as Liverpool, I believe and know Liverpool will drop more points this season. That's just how I feel like I just believe that in my gut, and I've seen it too much. Like, sometimes they can't, you know what I'm saying, scam and break away with all the wins and 3 points and stuff like that for the rest of the season, in my opinion. But so long as we don't have attacking firepower to really get us out of jams for the remainder of the season, I don't know if we'll be able to catch up. I don't know if we'll be able to capitalize on their point drops and keep consistent. So it's tough. Again, I'll keep trying to believe and keep fighting, but there's that likely probability that we won't have the firepower to truly capitalize consistently on any points that Liverpool may drop between now and the end of the season. It's just we're somebody said it online, like, we're kind of maxing out a lot of the output with this squad, but if we don't have the forwards, we can't finish the pictures that we want to finish in this way. And it's tough. It's tough, but we got to keep fighting. We can't just lay down and die, bro. There's still stuff to play for. So I'm not going to do that either. You know what I mean? People will run around and again, they'll run their agendas out and stuff like that and do what they got to do. But this is now a time to we got to back some of these, you know what I'm saying, movements as much as we can, and hope for some signings on the attacking front, because when days like this and we're really firing forward and doing everything that we can, that little bit of luck, that little bit of quality at the end of goals can change everything. It can change a world for us in terms of endearing other players to be more, more brave with their shot selection and being more brave in front of the goal, and just having that assured quality that's been missing in the squad with, again, no Saka for a foreseeable amount of future, no Jesus, who was just starting to heat up again, and we got to keep fighting with it. You know what I'm saying? We got to keep fighting, because I think without it, we can only do so much before, you know, things go our way and the margins go against us, because there's already an amount of unluck on us already as a club. You know what I'm saying? But I can't give up on it, man. I can't give up. I'm sorry. I'm delusional. Call me delusional, but I've seen too much of good foundations with so much going against us. When Saliba went down in 2022-23, we crumbled. We did not have an answer without Saliba. No Saliba today. I think generally the performance and the play was very good. It's just the little moments of mistakes that have to be cut out from certain individuals in this team. They have to be cut out, because the performances, the will, the fight is there. It's just the moments that are letting us down from, you know, these little people, you know, these little moments, and the lack of firepower that we've been struggling to top up on since 2022. And there's got to be a solution for it. Simple as that. Got to be a solution. But let me know what you thought of the game in the comment section below. Your favorite performers, top moment, where do we go from here, how you feel, let me know in the comment section below. And yeah, we move on, man. I think we have Dynamo Zagreb in the midweek for Champions League, still can secure a spot in the knockout rounds clear without any extra games. If we win that or the next game over, I can't remember which one is which. I think we might play Monaco or somebody else, I don't even know after that, but I think it's Dynamo Zagreb in the midweek for Champions League stuff. And then we keep moving on with other Premier League games, but we'll see what's going on with the other competitions, the window. But listen, call me crazy, I'm just gonna keep believing and fighting. I don't know how to do anything else. I'm an Arsenal fan, sue me. But that being said, it's a full-time trip. That's all the time I got. We're out of here, man. COYG.